Good morning and welcome to Almost Home Ranch. Today we are starting actually, it was yesterday that we started to actually put down gravel and rock onto our pad site here. So this is pretty exciting because we've been waiting to start this project here for the last almost 2 years, and it has been an up and down process, and by the grace of God we are finally to this point. So um, so what are we about to do? Well, so we have already ordered the building supplies, and the first delivery of the posts and the trusses should be here next week Wednesday. So we're very excited about that. Is delivery date. And so this week prior to that, we're bringing in rock into the construction site, or into the house site here. And with that, we're going to lay down a base. Um, Most likely 6 inches of rock, and then inch and a half inch rock, minus. And then there, on top of that, we're going to put another 2 to 3 inches of 3/4 minus for the final leveling. So that's what we're working on now, is to get that rock base in there. Um, and then by the time we add the 2 to 3 inches of foam board, I believe it's 2 inches. Yeah, I think it's 2 inches. Um, then on top of that, we will have our 4 inches in the house side, and then 5 inches of concrete in the shop side. So if I add all that up, we're 6 plus 2 or 3, let's call it 9, plus 2 is 11, plus 4 uh, would be 15 or 16 inches, if it's in the shop, of the overall level above grade. So that will put the house site up here, that will keep the water from setting actually in the base of the house. Remember, this is a pole type building with a concrete floor. Poles will be set on piers in the ground, which is about 5 feet, 5.5 feet down on this grade level. Is actually our we call it kind of like a fractured basalt, and so we're going to pour some concrete on top of that fractured basalt, which is our foundation, and then all of those poles will get cement that will be poured up to the base, and then past that there's going to be a let's see, what's it called again? On the back side, we have a skirt board that we pour our concrete up to, and so all those posts will be encased in concrete above grade, so that we shouldn't have any moisture at all get into those posts. The cool thing about a pole building is that all the weight of the house actually rests on top of, well, they rest on the poles, but all the weight will be sitting on top of concrete in those piers, which will be sitting directly on the rock. So if you build your house on the rock, good things happen. The Bible talks about building your house on the rock or on the sand, and we're hoping to build this house on the rock. So it's a beautiful day here today on a Wednesday. A little bit overcast. Temperature here is about 49, 50 degrees. It's about perfect. Great for building and constructing. And so once we get those materials next week, we're going to, well, let me explain that process. After the contractor is going to come up here, and he's going to drill the holes, put a concrete base, set the poles, and then trusses will come next. So the trusses will be built up in the air. Our trusses are pretty tall. We have 20-foot eaves on the side and 512 pitch, So we are approximately 30 feet in the air at the peak. So pretty tall building. This house slash shop is built for 80 pounds of snow load. So it's pretty massive because it has to withstand the snow of winter. Uh, so we got some pretty significant trusses going up as well. And to do that, we have a forklift coming in here that will help to get those trusses in place. So today, I just what I came up here to do is to open the gate for the truck, who should be here any time now, to spread some more rock. We're going to put rock not only on the house site, but around the side here, around the circle and the driveway, so that we have a good base. It gets pretty dry and dusty here in the summer, and then that turns into muck when the rains come in the fall. So we're pretty excited about this project here, off-grid. This location is 100% off-grid. It's about 6 miles away from any electrical utility. So what we also have planned, as kind of indicated before, is we've got solar. Got a 15 kilowatt solar system that we're about ready to build, and those will be actually built on poles, specially engineered poles that are meant to hold the wind and snow load. And those will be going over here. I think I hear our truck. So looks like that's somebody else's truck, not the other truck. We get a little bit of traffic on this road, but not too bad. Since we're out here in the middle of nowhere. Those are probably our neighbors that are logging up on top. So as I was mentioning, we are 100% off grid. We have worked hard to get a well, and that well is actually over here. Let me turn the camera around. So let me come over here. So this well here is a pretty amazing thing to have. Water is quite fundamental, and so we are pretty ecstatic about that. We have a well, and we got a pump in there, and we have temporary service, so we can just hook up the generator and get water out of the ground, which is about 300 feet down in solid rock. Very blessed to have that water be here. So we have electrical with solar. We have water, which will be run off the solar and pumped up into the house, and eventually we'll have irrigation around here as well into different areas. And then the third thing is septic. We have our septic system. Let me turn the camera again back over there. So our septic system is right over here, and our drain field is a tiered step system off to the east there. And that tank is in, and the field is in, and it's ready to be hooked up to the house. So that was put in last summer, and there should be some videos here that kind of go over that as well. So electrical, water, and sewer are the basic infrastructure for off-grid living. And above that is connectivity. And so we also have a tower that's going in across the road that will be our link back to civilization. And with our family we have 6 kids, and they're still in school. So they take online school and have been homeschooled here for the last year. So that the internet will be a primary necessity for us here. But the cool thing is that we can turn it off or limit it very much just to school, and of course I'll need it for work as well. So those are the four basic uh, utilities that any place. Three of the four are really necessary for off-grid living, and uh, and that's quite an achievement. So I'm going to get in the backhoe here, and I'm going to do a little bit of excavating while I'm waiting for the truck to arrive. New load of gravel. Looks good, doesn't it? Sure nice to have up here. Brand new gravel, rock. Yep, very nice. We'll have to spread it out when it gets it all in. That'll be nice to have that rock base here.